everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Today I'm at Don Quixote Holiday Mart for you old folks, Dai for you maybe 80s kids, but it's now Don Quixote, a Japanese supermarket, almost like a Walmart. They've got house goods and things, but we're gonna go to their food court, which is right in the front. It's the Don Quixote Honolulu, to check out some Wagyu beef sticks. So I'm excited. Let's go over there. So when you enter from the parking lot, there is a whole food court in the front, and you can choose lots of different cuisines here. There's Leo's Tabanera, which is also in downtown Honolulu, a bakery, smoothies, coffee, Japanese food, ramen. But we're gonna go get some Wagyu sticks. They look really great. I saw them on Authentically Charles's video, so let's try it out. It's called Wagyu Kushi, and it's right here. All right, so we got our food, and I'm excited sitting there smelling the food. You could smell it on the grill. It's a flat top grill, unfortunately, not flame broiled or anything like that, but it has a nice char to it, if you can see. And it's just thin slices of Wagyu beef. I'm not sure if you can see the thin pieces, and they're just skewered on this stick. And it's got a nice loads of fat in there, which makes it very tender, supposedly. Never had Wagyu beef before, I don't think. So what makes this place interesting and popular is how cheap it is, considering it's Wagyu. I don't know how authentic it is, but it seems popular, looks great, so let's taste it. So I'm gonna taste it. I said we're gonna taste it, but just to give you a whole big look at the plate. They have a very small menu. It's just basically you can get sticks, single sticks, if you just want the sticks, which is great for people that just want a snack or you don't want starch. You can get 2 sticks for cheaper, for $9.99, or a whole plate with rice and a salad. There is no mac salad, but I like tossed salad, so it works for me. Comes with 2 sauces, dressing, and I believe a sauce to put on your meat if you wish to do so. So I'm gonna take a bite. Yum. That's pretty tender, falls right off the stick. It's juicy. It's got a grill type taste to it, and it's seasoned great. Comes with some rice with furikake. And some of the juices from the meat go into the rice and makes the rice taste so good. Let's try it with some sauce. I don't know what kind of sauce it is, but probably some kind of soy-based sauce. It smells a little vinegary or citrusy, maybe a ponzu sauce, I'm not sure. Oh, and the sauce looks like it's got chunks of onion in there, so it looks really good. Let's see the difference of the taste with the sauce. Kind of sour from either a vinegar or a citrus, mixed with some sweet, and a lot of onion flavors, really good. Definitely cuts through the fattiness of the meat, but the fattiness isn't a bad thing. It makes it very tender and juicy. Very, very good meat. If you're a beef lover, you're gonna love this. I ain't gonna lie, this was not my first choice of today. Today I went to Auntie Z's, was recommended by a viewer named Pikake Rose. Thank you, I looked at their menu, it looked fabulous. But on their webpage and a copy of their takeout menu, it says they're open at 10, including when I went there. On the door it said opened at 10, but they were not open, and I waited for half an hour, still not open. Called, went directly to voicemail, so maybe I'll try next week. Yelp does say 11 now, so maybe their hours changed, but I'll give them a call later in the week and see if their hours have changed, but definitely we'll go there to try some of their local food. But this isn't bad for a second choice. It's very tasty. You can definitely taste a little bit of the char on the outside. Gives it a lot more flavor. looks like there's some spices on the outside too, like some seeds, maybe like fennel, but I don't taste it. Looks like that, or coriander seeds. But it's a very light, savory, salty flavor. Nothing too fancy, and it's just that simplicity of that salted beef taste with that grill char just makes it so delicious. Okay, let's try the salad. It looks like fresh spring greens, which is great. And we're going to put this dressing on. Looks like an Italian dressing, but we'll check it out and see what it is. Yep, pretty much tastes like a wishbone type of store-bought Italian dressing, which is good. And I actually think it pairs really well because the acid in the Italian dressing cuts through the fat again. But if I were to be honest, don't really care for this sauce. After a while, it gets kind of overpowering. I would rather have the beef in its natural state with the perfect light salty seasonings and the, you know, grill taste, that char. I think when you put the sauce on it, it's not bad, but it just really masks all the actual flavors of the beef. But, you know, to each their own. If you like the sauce, kudos to you. But I like to be a purist and just eat the beef as is. It's really interesting too because for Japanese cuisine, usually they put like some sugar in there, almost like a teriyaki glaze type sauce, but this stick does not have that. It's just a pure, clean salt taste, and I absolutely love it. I see a little bit of, like I said, seeds and some maybe like powdered garlic or like pepper on it. It kind of reminds me of that Cabela's seasoning. If you've gone to Cabela's, that sporting goods store in the mainland, they sell a lot of steak seasonings. It looks like that because they have a lot of coriander and fennel seed and, you know, chunks of dried garlic in their marinade for the steak, but it works. I like that seasoning. All right, kind of pretty much clean the plate. Try not to eat too much rice, so left some rice and veg. I'll probably finish up the salad later, but that was freaking delicious. Almost just so tender, almost melts in your mouth, hardly have to chew. You think of kebabs or things on sticks as something, you know, you have to grapple with your teeth, but this is so soft. And I don't know if it's really Wagyu, but it definitely tastes like it. Just lots of fatty cuts, but not like to the point where it's grizzly. It's just enough fat and marbling on that meat to make it so soft and tender and just juicy and full of flavor. If you're wondering, and you probably saw the price after I showed the menu, but it's a pretty small menu, like I said, and if you're going to get a plate, it is only $12.99 for the plate of 2 sticks of Wagyu beef, some rice, and a tossed salad. So you can't go wrong. Pretty cheap eats for Wagyu beef anyway. And if you don't really come down to Don Quixote in Honolulu, some people are turned off by it because the parking situation is just crazy. It is always crowded. You can definitely come on down early. They open at 10, and I believe it said they close at 6, so they kind of close early, but they're right in the front of the entrance where they have all the food stalls in the front of the store. And the parking isn't bad if you park across the street on their leveled parking structure. They have a lot of parking spots on the top as well as the bottom. So hopefully this was helpful to show you somewhere else to eat on the island of Oahu. And if you want more places and ideas to eat at, just subscribe if you're new, and press the like button if you like this video and you found it helpful and informative. And I'll see you next time on another food adventure. Usually try to do it every Fridays in the afternoon. And I'll see you next week. Peace out, take care of each other, and have a great weekend.